Hi there, students. Descend, descending, and descent, but with an E as opposed to with an I. Okay, to descend, to move from a higher place down to a lower place, to come down, to go down. So I descended from the top of the mountain. To descend, to be related by genetic descent. He descends from Irish immigrants who went to the US in the 19th century. Okay, to descend, to go downwards in descending order, to proceed downwards. And also to descend, to arrive in large numbers, to attack. So in August, the tourists descend on the beaches. At Christmas, my whole family descends on me, and I have to cope with all of them. The press descended on the family and camped outside the house. And then descent, okay, the act of going down. So the descent of the scuba diver to the bottom of the sea. Okay, a downward slope. I made my descent from the top of the mountain. Lineage, he's of African descent. Okay, so descent. The descent of the journalists onto the household was very upsetting. So, to descend, to go down, the plane began to descend. She descended the stairs slowly. The opposite, to ascend, to go up. The path descends steeply here. Okay, to arrive rapidly, night descends quickly near the equator. Calm descended upon the crowd. Okay, descent. Yeah, the plane began its descent into Gatwick Airport. The descent of the country into anarchy. So from one state to a worse state. There is a gradual descent down to the sea, down the cliffs. So he is of Dutch descent. He traces his line of descent to the Plantagenet kings. Okay, so to descend, to pass from a higher place to a lower place. The stairs descend, the aeroplane descends, a road descends, to move downwards. Okay, you could have this in astrology. The sign of the zodiac is descending away from its zenith. The sun comes up in the morning and it descends in the evening. Descent, away down. It was difficult. We had a very difficult descent down the mountain. My guide was of Scottish descent. The descent into the underground cave was wet and slippery. So to descend. I quite like this one where lots of people descend on a place. Yeah, the tourists descending on a village. The the enemy descending on a military outpost. The Mongol invaders descended on the country. It's like an overwhelming attack. In downward order, so in descending order of importance, or maybe low, it's descending, to go, to come down. Darkness descended, it became night. A feeling of despair descended on the crowd. An aggressive mood descended on all of the people present. Silence descended on the room. An eerie calm descended over the city. Okay, I slowly descended the stairs because I didn't want to fall. And then to descend upon, to arrive in large numbers, without warning or without being invited. I'm sorry to descend on you like that, but I didn't have a number. The police descended on the house in the early hours of the morning. Okay, a descent, a road downwards, a way downwards. The descent dropped straight to the bottom of the cliff. The plane went into a steep descent. The settlers were of Germanic descent. We're beginning our descent into the bottom of the valley. The ancient empire's slow descent into barbarism. So descent, an instance of descending, descent, lineage, ancestry, the line, or to go down. I wasn't the only one who noticed the descent of quality in the restaurant. So a descent, a downward sloping surface, an act of dropping or falling, moving downwards, a state of decline, becoming worse, going from a higher level to a lower level, a descent. Okay, so to move downwards, to go downwards, that's the idea of this descent. The plane began its descent into the airport. He claims to have traced his descent from Christopher Columbus. She claims direct descent from Queen Victoria. She's Hungarian by descent. So descend, 5 informality, use anywhere. And as to origin, okay, from Anglo-Norman, descendere, descendre in French. From Latin, descendere, day, from, down, and scando, to ascend, to climb, so literally to climb down. So descend, descent. Bye for now.